Hey guys, my name is Pranav, and today we're gonna talk about everything you need to know about wipe coding. So let's check out the article. So before we begin with with our article, we would like to know what the wipe coding is. So wipe coding is nothing but you writing your own ideas in a plain English. Okay, whatever you want. For example, you want to develop some code, you want to develop something, some code generation, or even a workflow, or even to understand something. And that is basically you write it in your plain English language and you put that into into a prompt in whatever like you put that into an AI assistance. This AI assistant can be your ChatGPT Copilot, GitHub Copilot, or any other AI, DeepSeek or Grok, whatever the AI that you like to prefer. You can put those ideas in a plain English, and it will give you the whatever the requirement that you put into it. Okay, so that's basically the wipe coding is. And I've seen in a lot of companies they are doing wipe coding events so that they want to know what are their strengths and what are the beautiful concepts that can be drawn out of it. So that is what the wipe coding is. And we will just know how wipe coding works. Just a quick overview. So you basically start with inputting your ideas, and then when you write a prompt, okay, you write a prompt, you write whatever your requirement is, and then you choose any AI interpreter, like for example ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, or Amazon Code Whisperer, or whatever the AI agent you want to use, AI tool that you want to use. And once you put that into that AI tool, instantly the code is generated. So if you are trying to generate a code, the AI will give you the code. If you are trying to generate a report, AI will give you a report. So whatever that you input, you will get. Okay. Now, how we will see how wipe coding differs from traditional coding. Yeah, so basically, all these times, talking about a coding domain, all these times, what traditional coders used to do is they used to manually write the code, a lot of big codes, and they used to understand. They used to first of all they would Google it, all the necessary things about it, and then they would take the inspiration from the existing code and then write the code. Okay, so coding method in the traditional has been a manual method, and in wipe coding, since you use natural language LLMs, so it generates the code fast and directly. Speed, obviously, a manual writing of a code is time consuming because it takes a lot of logic there. And in AI, let's say if you are doing wipe coding, then the code generation is faster. And tool used in traditional coding, developers prefer IDEs like Visual Code, IntelliJ, and Notepad++ and things like that. But in wipe coding, you use AI tools, for example ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, and Cursor and whatnot. Focus. Okay, so traditional coding requires that everything should be perfect, it has to pass the test. However, in wipe coding, it is, since it is AI generated, AI would already have that data, what is the syntax of it and what is the flow and task delegation, all of it the AI would know. So that's the reason why while doing wipe coding you don't have much data issues. Okay, so let's understand what are the common misconceptions about the wipe coding. Okay, so first of all, people think that AI does all the work. No, AI is a bridge between you and the and your task. It's a bridge because it tells you what to do. It maybe generates some couple of code, but once AI gives you a code, you definitely need to change it as per your requirement. Okay, it just cannot unless you define your task so efficiently as a prompt. AI cannot really tell, or AI cannot really generate everything perfectful. Okay, most of the times when I use AI to write a code, I have to do multiple changes to be adapted into my environment. Okay, second is only beginners use it. So there is a myth that only beginners use it. Don't it's not for the senior developers also. It is wrong because AI is for everyone. And nowadays, uh, senior developers or developers are getting lot doing code generations using AI because it saves a lot of time, and it lets developers to focus on other things as well. Okay. And then third is that it will replace developers. No, no, not like that. It doesn't do that. It's just like, I'll give you an example. Late in 90s, I don't know when it came, but the calculators came, right? So when the calculators came, does math stop there? No, right? Like, I mean, just because there are calculators doesn't mean that the math that nobody will be there to teach math, right? It's not like that. It doesn't work. So that's the same thing with this AI. Is that you have the skills, you know something about it. With AI, you can extend that, right? You can extend that. Okay. And you can be more productive as well. Not just you also can focus on many other tasks side by side. You are doing your own task, right? And the fourth misconception is it's only for designers. No, no, yeah, no. A lot of people are using AI for generating scripts or generating code. As per the reports, I believe that 20% of Google's code is generated by AI. So the percentage can vary, okay, but I'm just saying that some percent of code is being generated as of now via AI. So you can't say that it's only for designers. Okay, now why vibe coding is attracting generation of developers? Because see, if you the baseline is that you know something about SQL, you can do something on it with help of AI. You know something about Python, you can do something on it using AI, right? The baseline requires you to have some knowledge about it so that you can query back again to AI, because it doesn't work that you just put your ideas and everything will be there. No, you have to cross question the AI a lot to maybe implement. For example, if I'm building a CI/CD pipeline and I ask the AI to build a build stage, okay, to give me a script for a build stage, and then there give me a script for testing stage, and then give me a script for deploy stage. So once the AI gives the script, you have to optimize it, because it won't know. You have to cross question things again and again, and to reach to the conclusion, to reach to the to the point where you can utilize that script and inject in your project, or wherever it is required. Okay. So the next point is skills you need to become a vibe coder. Okay, how do you become a vibe coder? To become a vibe coder, you need to have a subtle understanding of Python programming languages. Wherever, whichever vertical you are working on, suppose you are Python developer, Java developer, or whatever the developer you are. If you are on your if you are in your college and you are in a final year, or you are just you just have joined company in a as a junior developer in a IT company, then you can do better things with that. Okay, you can learn back from it and you can adapt and you can move on. So skills you require, the basic answer to that is that you need to have a basic understanding of coding languages. Okay. Okay, how to start vibe coding, you say? So for starting a vibe coding, you need to know a tool that you can use. For example, there are so many tools: Copilot, GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, Amazon Code Whisperer, Google Board, Gemini, Windsurf, Replit, so on and so forth. How vibe coding can shape your career? So how vibe coding can shape your career, because your approach should be like, you query something, but in return you shouldn't just get the code, you should get the understanding of the code as well. With that, if your approach is like that, then you can definitely the vibe coding can definitely shape your career, and to a positive up to a positive dimension, okay, because if you are not questioning back, if you are just using as it is, it will not make a sense. It is useless in that case. Okay, and then the last stage is like courses for vibe coding. What are the courses? Basically, to be very honest, if you are a little bit of techie guy, then you don't need a course. But if you really want to explore, you are not like a tech, you are not from a techie background, you can then explore these ideas, these courses, this Udemy course. Okay, So if you go here, GitHub Copilot beginner to pro, like that. Okay, so you can use these courses, go to each link and get to know the courses. Okay, so conclusion, my conclusion is that AI is here for enhancing the overall productivity in development. Also, the approach of using AI should be to learn back from something from the AI. That way you will be able to scale yourself as well. And in this modern and dynamic technology, ever changing technology days, you will be always updated and leverage AI to fit your role, match up your required tasks and all that. Okay, so it depends, your approach should be like that. If your approach is not like that, then you may have to face the consequences. Okay, so enough talking. This is the conclusion about everything you need to know about vibe coding. So off topic, guys, but I also provide services that, suppose you want help with installing SSL, you want to help with, getting restoring your website, email, migrating your website and email, or you want to have a WordPress file replacement, or you want to also consider, you can get it done with a very cheap cost. Maybe you can just use AI, but if that also is failing, then you just can click on this and I'll provide those services at very cheap cost. Tools, I'll next is tools. Tools is a section in my website where you can leverage these tools to generate your password. There are so many tools. For example, um, I'll just go with DNS. So DNS lookup is also there. You can search the tools and get your done. You get whatever you want. You can do it. And then at last is contact. If you want to support me, guys, you can scan this QR code and buy me a coffee. If you want any help, or just reach, or you just want to reach for a business purpose, you just fill the form, and I'll see you in the next one.